wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself or whatnot, or for reference and everything, or you can just watch this video where I'm going to read them to you. Also, before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. I also ask that you do this to any small YouTuber out there. You know, we're just a squirrel trying to get a nut and everything. So if you guys could help anybody out, I'm pretty sure they would appreciate it as also. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's let's get started. And so for my first story this week, Laura Bettany joins Jennifer Lawrence's Sony R-rated comedy No Hard Feelings. Now, I love Laura Bettany. I think that's how you say her name. She's pretty great, and we'll talk about her. But this comes from Deadline. All right, let's move down here. All right, so it says, and there she is. She's very beautiful, too. And I like Jennifer Lawrence also. Lately she's been a little weird in my opinion, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, so it says Tony Award winner and 5-time nominee Laura Bettany will star opposite Jennifer Lawrence in Sony's R-rated comedy No Hard Feelings from director Gene Stupinski. I think that's how you say his name, anyways, or her name. I don't know. Bettany joins Broadway and Disney Plus star Andrew Barth Feldman High School Musical, the series, in the Pick, which hits theaters on June 16th. Production is underway. In the movie, Lawrence plays a ne'er-do-well who is hired by a wealthy couple to socialize with their introverted son. Feldman plays the kid, and Bettany plays his wealthy mom. The screenplay is written by Stupinski, I don't know how, and John Phillips, Alex Sachs, Mark Proversero, Naomi, so a lot of people are executive producing. Now, Bettany recently starred in Amy Schumer's Life and Beth. She is set to recur in the second season of HBO's period drama, The Gilded Age, which I really like a lot. Bettany previously starred in Netflix's Worth opposite Michael Keaton, Stanley Tucci, and Amy Ryan. Hit TV series Younger, and her today starring Billy Crystal and Tiffany Haddish, and appeared in Lin-Manuel Miranda's awards season favorite Tick, Tick, Boom. Other TV credits include series regular roles on The Samantha Bee and Jason Jones produced TBS show The Detour. Go on opposite Matthew Perry and Starved for FX, and well as recurring and guest appearances on the CW's Supergirl, ABC's Nashville, and Ellie Stone. Man, they are just putting her whole. I'm not going to go through all of these. She was in Nurse Jackie, which I loved her in there. She only played a small part in there in Nurse Jackie, and I believe it was only for season 1. And then for Supergirl, she played her mother, Lara L. For I think the first 2 seasons. It might have been just the first season. I'm trying to remember. And then she got pulled away because she was just doing. And then it says she was in Royal Pains, Law and Order SVU. Anyways, Bettany has been a show topper on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in her comedic portrayal of former First Lady Melania Trump. Bettany unscripted special homeschool musical. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go through this real quick because all this stuff is not. Bettany played Louise in 2008 Broadway revival Gypsy, winning 2008 Tony Award for Best Featured Actress in a Musical. Her other Tony noms. Okay, so she's a Tony Award winner. We got it. And then who she's repped by. So, like I said before, I personally enjoy her. The things that I know her most for. Well, let me see if I can get rid of this ad. Okay, doesn't look like I can. Hold on. The things I know her most for are, like I said before, or this said before, is Supergirl, which she was good on there, and then Nurse Jackie. And in Nurse Jackie, she played the ex-husband's wife or whatnot. And I enjoyed her there. As far as Tony at her musical being on stage and everything, I don't really know her for anything because I'm too poor to go to stage performances and stuff. But like I said before, I do enjoy her and I'm happy for her. And I'm interested to see this R-rated comedy, No Hard Feelings. It didn't say oh, and I did enjoy her in Tick Tick Boom. I mean, her role wasn't overwhelmingly huge in that one, but yeah. So this sounds interesting, but nothing like, I mean, crazy authentic. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And good for her and good for Jennifer Lawrence and all that good stuff. And let's see how it turns out. So that's my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week, Marvel, man, they can't catch a break. And I'm going to be honest with you, they don't deserve to, because personally, I haven't liked anything Marvel has put out in Phase 4, really, except for Spider-Man No Way Home. And that was more Sony's doing, I think. I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't matter either way, because that's the only thing that I've really absolutely just loved. I loved it. But it looks like the Blade movie has lost its director this week, and Bassam Tariq, they lost him, and we'll go through this article. But they cite scheduling, I think they said, but you know what the deal is. He probably wanted to do so. And let's go through this article, because he had Mahershala Ali had some problems also. Okay, so the project with stars Mahershala Ali was gearing up to shoot in the fall, and that's Bassam Tariq right there. And it said Marvel Studios' Blade will no longer have director Bassam Tariq at the helm. Blade, which has a release date of November 3rd, 2023, was gearing up to begin shooting in November in Atlanta. It is unclear how Tariq's departure will impact the production start of the vampire action thriller, which has Oscar winner Mahershala Ali in the title role, with the cast also including Delroy Lindo and old actor Aaron Pierre. Due to continued shifts in our production schedule, Bassam is no longer moving forward as director of Blade, but will remain an executive producer on the film, Marvel said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. We appreciate Bassam's talent and all the work he's done getting Blade to where it is. Now, I don't remember if it says it in this article, but some other stuff that I read was saying that Bassam wanted to make some changes to the script, because apparently they didn't have that much of a script. I guess it was only like 90 pages long, which is like, but I guess Bassam wanted to make some changes to the script and the schedule, or to the character or whatnot, that Mahershala Ali did not like. And I just go, were those for the better or for the worse? Because I mean, in all honesty, I don't trust actors to do writing and stuff, and directors, I don't trust them really either. So it says Tariq thanked Marvel in his own statement. It's been an honor working with the wonderful folks at Marvel. We were able to put together a killer cast and crew, eager to see where the next director takes the film. Blade has seen its start of production shift at least once before, if not twice. And sources say the project has undergone several rounds of script rewrites. Bo DeMeo, who has worked on shows such as Star Trek Strange New Worlds, The Witcher, and its animated feature spinoff, as well as Marvel's own Moon Knight, is the current writer. One source says the studio is already in search mode for a new director. Of course they are. They need to get this movie up and going. Blade has been one of Marvel's more anticipated films since the studio announced the project to much fanfare at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. At the very end of the Marvel panel, Ali made a surprise appearance and put on a baseball cap with the Blade logo. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige later told The Hollywood Reporter that Ali had personally called him to express interest in playing the character. That was a really good story. I liked that story and everything. And I do like Mahershala Ali. He's a great actor. He's fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say about him. Bassam Tariq, I haven't seen anything that he's done as of yet. I think he did one movie before this, and I haven't seen that movie. And Marvel has this thing with their directors that it doesn't really matter if you're talented or not. They'll just grab anybody off the street and be like, go. Because like when it comes to action, scenes, from what I understand, they just get somebody else to film those. They're just like, don't worry about it. We're going to film those and everything. And I'm all like, maybe they could just get, film those like right now, and then get a director on later, So let's see. Blade was created by writer Marv Wolfman. Oh, and Wesley Snipes previously played the character in a trilogy released in the early 2000s, which I actually don't mind all of those movies. The one is the best one, and 2 is pretty good. The third one's not that great, but I think that they just tried to fit in too much way too fast. And I just feel like they could have done a better job if they had just pulled back a tiny bit. It says Tariq directed and co-wrote Mongol Mauji, the well-regarded rap drama starring Riz Ahmed. He had been on Blade since the summer of 2021, working off an initial script from Watchmen scribe Stacy Asakharov. Blade has already made his Marvel cinematic debut, at least partially, in 2021's Eternals. It was just his voice, and most people couldn't tell it was him. Ali made a surprise voice cameo in post-credits scene, suggesting that Marvel is poised to explore the horror side of the MCU, which would be good. And it says right here, the director departure comes as Marvel gears up to release the first horror-themed project, the Halloween special Werewolf by Night, which arrives on Disney Plus October 7th, which I will do a review on, and I'm quite excited for. So, like I said before, I did hear that Bassam Tariq wanted to make changes to the script / character, and Mahershala Ali was not all about it. He didn't like it. And so he complained, I guess, or whatnot, which is fine. I don't have any faith right now in Marvel, so I don't really know. So that is, but going forward, I hope Bassam gets, I hope that he gets more work, and I hope he's able to prove his talent, and maybe he can come back to Marvel and do a movie for them later on in the future. Who knows? I don't see it happening, but we'll see. I feel like Marvel, like once you complain once and once you get on their bad side, it's like you're on their bad side forever. So I don't really know if he can come back. Anyways, all right. So that is my second story of this week. So for my third and final story this week, it looks like Armor Wars, Don Cheadle's Armor Wars, is no longer going to be a series for Disney Plus, but a movie. It's going to the theaters, you guys, which good for Don Cheadle. I like Don Cheadle. But I mean, in all honesty, I'm not excited about this at all. So we'll see. We'll see. So it says, Yasser Lester, who was acting as head writer on the series, will remain as its feature scribe. So it says right here, Marvel Studios has shaken up its Armor Wars project, and now what was to have been a series for Disney Plus will be redeveloped as a feature film. And I have thoughts on this, and I'll tell you why I think they're doing this. The movie essentially pushes back the title further down the development slate. Sources say the studio was committed to getting the story told the right way, and in that process realized that a feature was better suited for the project. Like all Marvel movies, it is intended for a theatrical release. Don Cheadle, who is reprising his longtime Marvel Cinematic Universe role as Colonel James Rhodey Rhodes, aka War Machine, remains on board to star. Yasser Lester, who was acting as head writer on the series, will remain as feature scribe. Let me just give you my thoughts on this. I think they're making this into a movie because the shows aren't doing so hot, especially these latest one. Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, freaking awful. You guys can check out all my coverage of those. I do episodic breakdowns of those episodes. All right, so let's get to this. Marvel had been eyeing a 2023 start of production on the series, but the few people who were gearing up for that were noticed Thursday of the change of direction. No directors had been officially attached, and it was unclear when an Armor Wars feature would pop up on Marvel's timeline and its phases of the movies and Disney Plus series. Sorry, I kind of bumbled that. I got distracted. Little is known about the long line of Armor Wars, although it was brought up earlier this month at Disney Plus D23 Expo when Cheadle joined Marvel Studios producer and president Kevin Feige on stage, revealing a logo for what was then touted as being a 6-episode event series. Feige first announced plans for Armor Wars in late 2020. And I think what's happening is, like I said before, those aren't doing so hot. So therefore, they're like, let's turn it into a movie. So that way we can get a bigger budget and we can do the special effects well. Because if you're watching She-Hulk, the CGI on that is bad. I mean, it's mediocre at best. And I just feel like, when you have heavy CGI stuff, and I mean, Rhodey, his armor will be heavily CGI, then I think that you need a big budget for that. The title Armor Wars hails from a celebrated storyline that was published in the Iron Man comics in 1987 and 1988, written by David Michelinie and Bob Layton, and the art was done by Mark Bright. And highly advanced technology, Iron Man falling into the wrong hands, the live-action series was seen as a way to showcase multiple types of armor. And we will see, I think they mentioned it in here, Cheadle's next Marvel appearance remains the MCU series Secret Invasion, which also stars Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn and scheduled to debut in 2023. He has played the character since 2010 Iron Man 2. This is not the first time Marvel has pivoted the development of a title in this way. Hawkeye was originally conceived as a feature before the executive team decided to turn the idea into a Disney Plus series. To date, Marvel has released all of its films in theaters. So, as I was saying, I think that they're also going to have Riri Williams in here. I believe. Just because she is, the next Iron Man. I think it's a bad choice to do Riri Williams. That character sucks, but that's besides the point. I do think that like I said before, I think this is a good idea because I think they need a bigger budget, and I think that the TV series, especially like if you look at She-Hulk, they've got 9 episodes and they are just stretching it as much as possible. Like, so I'm like, man, this could really have been bumped down, and I feel like maybe Armor War should be a 2-hour movie because then it'll give the writers to really, hone in the story and really just, get it to go with the pacing and all that stuff. And I think this is for the better, in my opinion. And I really like Don Cheadle. I mean, I've always liked him, but I really do like him. And I just hope this works out for him. That's the whole thing. I just really hope it does because I think he's a good actor. And I really don't think that they've utilized the character of Rhodey. I really don't. So that was my final story, you guys. That's all I got for you on this one. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you feel about Laura Bettany joining Jennifer Lawrence in this comedy, No Hard Feelings? How do you think this sounds as a movie goes? And then how do you feel about Laura Bettany? Do you like her? Do you not like her? Where do you know her most from? Are you like me and you know her mostly from Nurse Jackie and then Supergirl? Or have you seen her on stage and you like her from there? How do you feel about Marvel losing Bassam Tariq for the Blade movie? Do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? Where do you think this is going to go? Have you seen Bassam Tariq's first movie? I don't remember what it's called. And who do you think they should get to direct the Blade movie? And do you think this is going to be good? I personally don't know if this movie is going to be good. I mean, I think they're going to do PG-13, which I think for a Blade movie is no go. It needs to be R-rated. You watch that first scene from the very first Blade movie where they go into that nightclub and the blood starts coming down. That's my favorite scene out of all the Blade movies. So I'm like, and then when he starts fighting them and stuff, I don't know how you're going to not replicate that, but how you're going to live up to that standard, that high bar, because those movies, that first movie especially, was so good. I don't know. We'll see, though. I do like Mahershala Ali, and I do have faith that he will do very good in the role. So we'll see. But like I said before, I just don't know how they're going to live up to the first Blade trilogy. And then finally, how do you feel about Armor Wars going from TV series for Disney Plus to a feature film for the theaters? Do you think this is a good idea like I do, or do you think this is a bad idea? And do you think they need more content for Disney Plus? I mean, sometimes, They're really trying to push Disney Plus, but like I said before, Moon Knight wasn't that great, and its premiere episode only debuted at number 6. Ms. Marvel, I did not personally like. I didn't like Moon Knight that much either, but Ms. Marvel was bad. Its premiere episode premiered at, or it got on the Nielsen charts at number 10. And then She-Hulk, I think, has been disastrous, and its premiere episode didn't even chart. So that's telling you something in terms of quality and story writing, that I think that Marvel really has a problem with those Disney Plus series. And that's why I think this show going to a feature film is probably for the best. But tell me what you guys think about all this. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on my Week in Review. You guys have a good week. Bye. Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.